Hello, I just wanted to give you guys a really quick update video. I haven't really planned this out, but I've had people asking for updates, so I wanted to just check in with you. I'm going to be covering 4 different things in this video. Number 1, a Lexapro update. Number 2, a Mounjaro/Ozempic update. Number 3, a 30-day challenge update. And number 4, I want to talk about stretch marks and do a little update on that. So let's talk about Lexapro really quick. Lexapro, I've been on it for 5 months officially. I would say I have 0 negative side effects from Lexapro. I'm still on the smallest dose. I was having really crazy dreams that were like almost alarming. I would wake up and be like, whoa, I need to unpack that. But I don't really feel that way anymore. Sometimes I'll have a weird dream, but it's not like it was. Like I feel like it's kind of gone back to normal. I feel like Lexapro has improved my situation and my life. Not drastically, nothing has changed drastically, but I feel like the edge has been taken off of my anxiety. My social anxiety has improved. I feel more peaceful when I leave my house. I'm not as scared of running into people. For some reason, I have a pretty extreme social anxiety, especially when I see people that I know. I'm not sure what that's about, but if I run into someone that I know and I'm not expecting to see them, I would just like get this visceral panic. And I wouldn't say that's totally gone, but I think that has improved. The other thing that my anxiety really affects is just my ability to accomplish things. I get really in my head and overcomplicate and overthink things to the point where I can't take action. And I feel as though the edge has been taken off of that as well. It definitely is still there. But I find it more manageable and I find it easier to control my anxiety, like my anxious thoughts. So that's the Lexapro update. I am thinking about upping my dose and trying a slightly higher dose to see if it improves more. And I'll weigh that on whether I have any negative side effects, but I'll keep you updated. So that's number 1. Number 2 is Mounjaro. I've officially been on Mounjaro almost exactly 3 months. So the first month I lost 11 pounds. You'll see that in my last video. The next month I only lost about 3.8 pounds in the whole month. And then the next month I lost exactly 3 pounds. So it has slowed down quite a lot. What I will say is I got COVID, and after COVID I had bronchitis, and it was like kind of a lot. I had to like constantly have, I don't know, I felt like I ate a lot of cough drops, and I think it affected my sugar intake, and it also affected how I was eating, and it also affected my exercise, which I did want to implement exercise and see how that was affecting my weight loss, and I wasn't really able to do that because I couldn't breathe. So that was part of the second month and part of the third month, and I'm finally basically over that. And so now I want to implement exercise into my regimen and see if that affects how I'm losing weight on Mounjaro. The other thing is I've been on like the starting dose, which I don't think is even effective dose for most people, and so I'm going to up my dose. I actually did up it last week, and I'm going to continue at a higher dose and see if that affects how much I'm losing. So I think that is basically all for the Mounjaro. And then the next thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is my 30-day challenges. I know a lot of my viewers are from my Burpee challenge I did a couple of years ago, and I've done several of them. But I realized that I have very weak arms. I don't use my arms. I don't do any kind of like arm workouts, whatever. I don't know. I feel like I'm really weak in my upper body. And so I've decided to do 2 different challenges. One of them is, did you hear that thunder? One of them is a push-up challenge. And I started with like the easiest girl push-up, and my form's not very good, but I feel like I am on the right track of actually doing something. So I'm doing push-ups. I started with 5, and every day I'm adding 5 for 30 days. So if you want to do that challenge with me, let's start now, because I started and I'm going to do that challenge. The other one is a full body challenge that I found on TikTok. I think it's mostly like an ab challenge, but I'm feeling it like in my thighs and my shoulders. I don't know what it's called, but I'm doing it. And I'm doing the same idea with this one, where I started with 5 and I'm adding 5 every day. I'm kind of thinking that if I feel really sore one day, I will allow myself like a rest day and then just start the next day where I was, because I feel like rest days are important. So I'm doing 30 days with a caveat that if I'm really sore, I'll take a day off, but I haven't done that yet. I'm on day 5 today. And so there's that. The fourth and last thing I'm talking about today is stretch marks. I don't know that I've ever talked about stretch marks on my channel. I have a lot of them. I've always had them. I got them in puberty. I have them on my hips, and I found this girl. This is funny. A long time ago, I would say like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I found this guy on Instagram that is from Brazil who was tattooing stretch marks, and he's the only person I saw doing it, and it looked really promising. I used to have a really big issue with my stretch marks. They really affected my self-esteem, and what I would wear, and I like had a lot of feelings about them. I don't let them affect me as much anymore. I have grown up a lot. I've accepted them. There's been a huge push in social media over, I don't know, even the last 10 years about self-acceptance and body acceptance. And I remember growing up when I was like a teenager, I never saw stretch marks anywhere. I thought I was like the only one that had them. And then over the years, people have been more and more open about them. All of this to say, I feel comfortable about them. They don't affect me as much anymore. However, I'm not going to say that I really like them a lot. And some of them bother me more than others. I have them in several places on my body. But anyway, so this guy in Brazil was the only person I saw approaching stretch marks in this fashion. And then recently, very recently, I've seen people doing it in California, and even more recently, I found a girl in Utah that is tattooing stretch marks, and she's the only girl I know of in the area, and I went and had her tattoo my stretch marks. And I was talking to her, and it turns out that she was trained by this girl in California that I met, and that girl was actually trained by this guy in Brazil. So anyway, it's kind of new. I don't know if other people have been doing it, but that's how I know about it. And the theory is that you tattoo the stretch marks without ink, and you inject like a healing serum into the stretch marks, and then it also is supposed to like break up the scar tissue and help build up collagen in the area and improve the texture and the depth and the look of your stretch marks. And I think typically people do it 3 times. the first and the second time, I think you typically do it without ink, and then the third time you go in with an ink that's the color of your skin to camouflage the stretch marks that have already been, the texture has been improved. So I don't know how well it works. I don't know if it works better for different people. It's kind of an experiment I'm doing, and I thought I would tell you guys about it. I will insert a picture here of what they look like. It's kind of scary. But I'm going to come out with a video that like takes you along the different steps and the process and how they improved. And so let me know if you're interested in that, and I will make a full video on it. But I thought I would let you know in my update. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know, and I will have more videos coming out soon. But it's always good to like hear what you guys are interested in. I don't know really what to do with this channel. I feel like I started this channel because I was really focused on weight loss and health, and I was doing a ton of research, and I was talking to my friends about it and my family, and I felt like they didn't really want to hear it. I think that it can be triggering for people if they're not in that headspace, and when you're talking about it too much, I didn't want that to become my personality with my friends. And so I was diving so far into it that I found commonality with people online, and I was able to like have an outlet of what I was really interested in. However, I get to the point where I don't really want this to be my personality online either, and I also don't really know. I'm conflicted because I want to talk to a lot of people, and I do make a tiny bit of money on my channel, but not enough to like be very meaningful. And I'm kind of in this mid section where I feel like if I put a lot into my channel, it could grow a lot. I had a couple of videos go viral, and it freaked me out because I'm a little bit afraid of losing my anonymity. I'm a little bit afraid of being recognizable. As you know, I have anxiety, and I don't know that being like in the public eye, that will be helpful for my anxiety. And I know as you grow on these platforms, you lose more privacy. So you might have noticed, I think I've talked about this before, but I had specifically one video go really viral, and then after that video did really well, most people would be really excited and put out a lot of content because that's a really good opportunity to grow. But I did the opposite and got scared and stopped posting for like a year because my goal was never to like become famous, or I don't know, it's a weird dynamic for me, and I overthink it a lot, and I don't really know what I want to do with this channel. But that's a lot to say that I don't know what I'm going to be doing in the future. But right now I'm feeling motivated to make videos, and let me know if there's specific videos that you guys want to see, because I do want to put out things that are interesting to you. And if you're still here, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and for being respectful and not pushing boundaries and being really nice. I have a really nice audience, and that's something else that I'm scared of, is when you grow, you get more criticism too. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but thanks for listening. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on any of these topics that I talked about today. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.